Ay, same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay, run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay, I cop a car, I run it back. Go on your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think these cars. Ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out for this, I never switch, I never switch. I never switch, I never switch. Ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist, ice in the wrist,
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long, say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these 4 things, pull out the VIP. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Crush.
Coach, some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Ready up. Check, 59. Here we go, D. Anxious, snap.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Look at me, zipper!
Looking to throw on second down. Lawrence throwing right, and that's complete. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
First down, Bills.
Set, ready? 15 line. 15 line. Hey, Alpha. 59 mark. 59 mark. Check. 59. Five.
On first down, Lawrence got a man open. It's Ross. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Check right. 6-6. Pull it high. Look at me. Go.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to take off with it. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Mike spot 9.
Hey, watch your leg. Hey, look 3. Bam. Hey. 5.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
51's the mic. It's a party now.
Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 83 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result?
Sack.
Quarterback gets hit.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
Bravo! 59! Hey! Recon, 132 fighter. Get it.
Back to throw. Lawrence. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Open man, here's Foster. A really good pickup of 28 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, and tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Here we go. 18 Gators.
I smell fear in it. I smell fear.
Hey, lock it. Go, go.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Check, check. Rock it. Let's go.
Throwing on first down. Lawrence, flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, Charlie.
59. Mike, 59. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Shoot.
Throwing again. Lawrence. Got an open man. It's Foster. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 42.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9".
Get your swerve on. Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Back.
Leo. Ready?
On first and 10, Lawrence. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
From the 31, Jackson, his throw incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Check three. 2-6. Go. 951.
From the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 9th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, Wahoo! Now! 59! Hey, watch the slant! Watch the...
Here's a 2nd and 7. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go! Let's go! Get set! Hey, orbit!
We got 4. We got 4. 59 mark, 59 mark. Check, 59 mark.
On 3rd and 2, Lawrence got his target, Samuel. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up, keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They'll run it with Bell. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th.
First down, Bills.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Lawrence. That's complete. It's Bell. 20. Le'Veon Bell. It's a foot race. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Le'Veon Bell. His 11th touchdown of the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Jackson now. Quick hitter here, it's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw is Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Watch his slant. Watch his slant. 51 to Mike. 51 to Mike. Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs. 51 Mike. Mike 51. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Echo, echo. Hey, Mike 51. Mike 51. I'm on. 51 to Mike.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. And he comes back with one complete. The 5 yards on the play there, and the drive will continue.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me something. Here we go. Watch twist. Hayward.
This time, Jackson will throw it. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Let's get it.
At the 4-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Under pressure and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. From the 25 on second down, Jackson, and an alley to run. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's Jackson. He's going to float this one. Deep rights. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. 58, boys, 58, 58, it's Mike. We don't want this. Hey, 58 is a Mike. Off. Do your job.
Now it's Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, his 5th touchdown now on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know the receivers love to say, if we get even with the defender, we're leaving. And that's exactly what he did all the way into the end zone. And then he was on the business end catching it once he got over the stripe.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
23 yards on the play. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw. Lawrence. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Watch out. 22 jet bombers, 22 jet bombers. Go. Ready.
2nd and 3. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
5-2 Mike 5-2. Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. Hard. Snap.
Looking to throw. Lawrence. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. So we've reached halftime here. Charles has already thrown off his headset. He's out here. He says, it's Christmas Day. I'm going home. We're not done yet, though. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
51's the mic. Not here. Mike 51. Mike 51.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson flushed out right. He'll try and run it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Check safety. Check safety. Go. Banjo.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Hollywood Marquise Brown. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
On first down, Lawrence. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Robert Foster with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Bills get a bit closer. The Bills offense staying out there as they'll line up and go for 2. Back to throw. Lawrence to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
The Ravens take over.
That's it. We got work.
At their own 25-yard line.
Yeah.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's go one more. 1-3. Spell. Alert 3.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Check, 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 check. Check.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and this will be caught at the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Miles Boykin with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As the Ravens push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
He's crossing. He's checking crowd. That's it. Let it go.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys that they want.
And he's going to go down again.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Check, 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 check.
Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. From left side, it's complete. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the 1st down in the process. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Let's go, T. It's going to be a long day. Watch the edge. Zoom, zoom.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
51, Mike. Mike, 51. Yeah. Hey, Mike. 51. Man, I got you. 51's the Mike. 51's the Mike. Echo.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Watch tight end.
He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's third down. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
Now this time he'll look to throw. His throw caught. The winner, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out. And the whole team has picked it up. And don't...
50 seconds to Mike. No gain on this defense. No gain.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead.
Next to score, Ravens 44, Bills 13.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Back now in Baltimore. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Bills on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be third and 5.
Here we go. Pilot, 64. Weak. Deep dribble.
They'll try the right side with Bell. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Third and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Out. Ready.
Back to throw. Lawrence. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he's on here to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Watch out for Hill on the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them.
It's caught inside the 25. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin, 64 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
No, she's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Sam off.
Check three.
Hey.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Again, it's Bell. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Lawrence, a screen to Bell. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 42.
Exit.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59. Woo-hoo.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Here we go.
Gone.
Check
Go.
Throwing on first down. Lawrence dancing it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check. 59. There's a corner now.
Hey!
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Team 6.
59. Mike's 59. Rip left. Jack. Shift. Switch.
Kill.
Get it.
To throw on 2nd down. Lawrence escaping the pressure right. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Let's go.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
On the NFL scoreboard, 4th quarter now at Soldier Field. And late in that one, the Bears have now moved in front. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. Well, this one provided some good drama down to the very end. That last kickoff return, for a moment thought he might break it, but in the end, they get the tackle and stop the drama.
You were starting to have more fun, weren't you?
Well, I was starting to stand up.
Yeah, you were into that.